I'm not a jerk, okay? I'm not a jerk. It takes an extra effort. Okay, so this was wrapped in a giant plastic bag. Let me show you. This is wrapped in this giant bag. Look. That has a top. See how it has the top, right? Remember, I just complained a week ago. This was wrapped in a giant... Come here, Omar! This was wrapped in that giant plastic bag, right? It was stuck on my steps so that it was covered completely, but no extra step to tie the bag at the bottom, and there was extra room to tie the bag. So the whole bottom of that box got fucking soaked, okay? And I got it quick, and it still got soaked. If it had been left and I'd been gone all day long, it would have been saturated, all right? I don't even know what's inside the box. But if there's something inside the box that the wetness reached, right? I said I would never accept any wet boxes anymore. You have to go the extra step. Like UPS did the night that my jackets were delivered. They had it wrapped up in a box, all right? But they also tied it. So that way, no part of the box was touching any wet. I just complained about USPS, okay? You have to tuck it under, whatever. It's still, you have to make sure that the friggin' box is not going to get wet, all right? I'm not going to return this shit. I'm not going to return it because it's not a fucking TV. Whatever asshole was telling me that. But if it's a TV, yeah. If a TV's left out in the rain, I am going to fucking return it. And I have every right, and you're not going to gaslight me into thinking anything else, okay? The whole bottom that sat on these steps got soaked. I don't know when it was delivered. But it was the regular post office, okay? Another thing they could do is put it the other way, which means the top of the bag is at the top, right? And then you tie it. If you tie it, there's no way water can get in, right? Sitting on the steps will be total plastic, so it can't get wet at all on the steps, right? And then you tie it at the top. If you tie it, it can't get wet either, okay? But they didn't do that. They stuck it big enough bag and might have tucked it a little. They didn't tuck it completely under, but like UPS did for my jackets. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. They were wrapped in plastic. I don't know what's in here. But if it's gotten wet, damn straight I'm returning it. Okay? So they did make the effort. But at the same time, last time, a couple weeks ago, Black Friday, when I didn't complain, I didn't return the Vitacost food, but I did complain because it was put with that opening of the plastic on the top, okay, and not tied, not folded over, and it blew open. So today it was just the opposite. They put the opening of the plastic bag down the bottom, but you still have to make the extra effort, delivery people, and make sure the plastic is tied or wrapped completely under, so no part of the fucking cardboard is touching the wet steps. The whole bottom got fucking soaked, okay? I can guarantee you that there's stuff wet in here. The only question is it stuff that actually got wet, okay? Oh, and that was just fucking dumb as hell. Not on the post person's part. On the part of whoever packed this from Amazon. They stuck fucking CDs in here. Then the CDs were the ones, by the way, but they're wrapped in plastic, that were where the box was placed down, okay, onto the wet steps. And it did get wet, but again, I happened to be up, all right? I happen to have gotten up with Omar. If I didn't get up with Omar, if this had come a little later, it might have sat out there in the storm and the silk in my steps getting soaked and soaked and soaked for hours, okay? And I have the nerve of somebody, and probably other people mirror this person's sentiments, like, well, it's not the deliveries person's fault how things are packed. Yeah, you are responsible for putting stuff in plastic, and you are responsible for exercising common sense and never, ever, ever leaving any electronics out uncovered in rain, okay? Period. I don't care. It's not my responsibility to say don't leave in the rain. And I do have a sign up. Even if the person had knocked, my mom was up, but she can't lift the box. But if the person had knocked, she could have opened the door and the person could have put it right inside. But no. I've never seen anything come this early. I don't know if it's even my regular post person that delivers it, but whatever. But it is on Amazon that you don't throw CDs that can go all around. You know? CDs should be put in a separate thing that they can't move at all. And they were just thrown in this giant box that I just showed you guys. They were thrown in there. Okay? Thrown in there. Thrown in there. It's as bad as what Vitacost does. Now I'm going to make sure I open these CDs up. I got my mom 7 CDs because she wanted them. And, you know, she has a right to have whatever she wants. Right? She wanted the friggin' Breaking Dawn soundtrack just for one song for that I Believe. I'm like, Mom, you can't get it except you have to so I know it's not I Believe. What the hell does she want it for? Lauren Daigle is the one I believe, but it's called You Say, I think. What the hell does she want that you can only get? Oh, Christina Perri, 1,000 Years. I'm like, Mom, it's on a freaking soundtrack. You might not like anything else on it. I can't believe whoever packed this Amazon box just would throw CDs in like that, knowing boxes get tipped upside down and everything else. Which again is exactly what the post person did. It was standing upright on my steps, completely covered. They have a giant bag. Wonder if this kind of bag would go around a TV box. I think it maybe real wood, which means FedEx could have bigger boxes that they could cover TVs, and they just don't. All right? They should. Or maybe they ran out of them. Who knows? Who the fuck knows, okay? Anyhow. That box would have got saturated if it had been out there for hours. It probably just got delivered. Okay. But I'm not going to return anything. I should complain again to the USPS. It's a lost cause. Then they're just going to say I'm being picky. But I'm not being picky. You are capable with this giant bag that had plenty of extra room, just like UPS did. I use them as an example. They put my thing outside, and I didn't even know it had come. I actually didn't get it till after 10. I wasn't thinking about something being delivered really late, and I was caught up watching a movie with my mom. And I remember, and I know to look at outside all the time because I'm having so many things delivered, and they get split up, and you never know when they're coming because they come different times. Even then they say they're going to come and all this crap, okay, as you guys know. Anyone who gets stuff at their house, they know that there's no rhyme or reason to it at all, okay? this Amazon order has been split up and coming in increments, in little, here, little, one CD comes at a time, stupid shit, okay? My mom got 7 CDs. She wanted them, right? But to get that Breaking Dawn CD for just one song is insanity. But whatever, it's her, Other CDs were very cheap, so it's not like they were $20 a pop. Still, I said, it's just on this, it's not her, Mom, it's not that artist, 1,000 years, it's one song. So hopefully she'll like the whole CD. Because I explained to her, CDs are very fragile. I try to explain this shit to her because she's ruined old CDs. She throws them around. She doesn't understand the concept that they're so easily scratched and breakable, and you can't just throw them in a bag. You can't just not put them back in their cases. They're gonna, my mom doesn't always, as we've established, have common sense, okay? Not even remotely. Anyway, I explained to her also, if you keep fast forwarding to one song instead of listening to the whole CD, Mom, you're going to wreck your CD too, okay? CDs are just not, I wonder how long they're even going to last before they get obsolete. Anyhow, whoever packed this Amazon bag threw those CDs in there, knowing that these things get thrown all around, these boxes. And in this instance, this post person had extra bag, but still covered the box. But if the box part is sitting on my wet steps, even if you cover the box in plastic, the box bottom is still gonna get soaked. I'm tired of fucking complaining. UPS did it right. They put it in a bag, stuck it on my wet steps, and then took the whole part of the plastic underneath, so they could realize that they had the top of the plastic coming over the other side, and that made sure that no part of that box was sitting on the soaking wet steps, right? In this instance, it looks like the box is all covered, but the whole bottom is sitting there getting soaked on the front steps, just like if you have the top of the bag open, the post office did last time. You have the top of the box you have the top of the bag being at the top, and then the wind blows it open. It's still fucking common sense. You have to take that extra effort, that extra step to ensure my friggin' box's stuff doesn't get soaked. And years ago, it reached into my Vitacost food, okay? That's how soaked the box got years ago. It reached into my Vitacost food that was not... Vitacost will wrap some things in plastic inside of a box, but paper products, like a box of macaroni, stuff like that, no, they don't put that in plastic. They just throw it in the box, or boxes of cardboard teas. And they get soaked, I'm not accepting them, all right? In this instance, these CDs are wrapped in plastic. But they were thrown on the top of this box, and ultimately the box was moved around. You can't count on post people. They put them all every which way, these boxes. They toss them. It's just common sense. And in this instance, I go back to the lack of common sense on the part of the people who pack the boxes, okay? It's just ridiculous. So now I gotta open those. These are those lanterns. No wet, reach these lanterns, no wet. Again, that's only because I bet it was just delivered. There's my mom's foot cream that I get her from Amazon. Same strength and everything for 5 times less the price than she pays at her foot doctor or podiatrist. And he's not writing prescription, lest you think blah, 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 blah about me. It's not prescription, okay? It's not. Okay, and I get it off of Amazon. Not the same brand, but the same, actually a better strength that my mom likes just as much for 5 times less the price. That's the kind of shit I do for my mom all the time. That nobody knows or cares about, okay? When they sit there and whatever. My mom, I think I already told you this. This is over a year ago. My mom fell in her apartment, made light of it, and didn't give me the details that I wound up getting from her landlord after the fact, right? Didn't go to the hospital because she was fine, but she did fall into her TV. It could have been really bad. She could have fallen, the TV could have fallen on her, etc. My thing was, I believed, and I think she was tripped over her sneaker lacings, and after that I got her Velcro, finally got her to convince her to get Velcro shoes because it's ridiculous and you can fucking kill yourself. But she didn't go to the hospital that night. Then, things that I can't tell you, whatnot, someone else in her life wound up taking her to the hospital the next day or the next, maybe I think it was a couple of days later, whatever it was, to be checked out. But also, and I got to talk to them, and I also got I have a voicemail from my mom. They decided to keep her overnight for observation. I was told that they might have crisis see her and might section her. But that didn't happen. And then the hospital decides to send my mother a bill for $6,000, saying it's not covered by Medicare. I got, and then my mom was even getting phone calls. My mom got a paper. After careful deliberation, we've determined that this does not cover Medicare. And I called them up and said, this is ridiculous. You kept her overnight against her will. I have a message from her saying, Laura, they want to keep me here. I don't want, and then you're going to charge her? Fuck that shit. All right? And in the end, I made a stink, and they dropped it. Okay? She never heard from them again. And Joe was sarcastic. He's like, have her talk to them and say, I'll pay you $1 a month or some ridiculous shit. Because that is ridiculous. You kept her against her will because you were thinking about sectioning her. And then you decide not to section her, and you can't justify the keeping her to Medicare. So you're going to fucking send her a bill for $5,000. And then lo and behold, she gets another bill for $1,000 on top of that. No. That was bullshit. I said, shit's ridiculous. That's not fair. And then I was leaving messages for one person in the escalations department. And then another person called me back. Well, do you think it's fair we should have to pay for it? Yeah, I do. I already do. If you keep someone against their will, my mom has insurance for a reason, not to be charged $6,000 when you keep her against her will. Because you're thinking about having her go to a fucking nut house again where they do their best most of the time to try to kill her. Okay? So there's lots of shit that I do for my mom. Another time, and it was a total mistake on Medicare's part, but my mom would have just paid it. And a bill for nearly $1,000, $800 came to her, that they were trying to charge her for being transported in an ambulance against her will from the regular hospital to the mental hospital. And that never, ever happened. She doesn't have to pay for that, okay, ever. And I called up the ambulance company and I said, this is ridiculous. This can't be right. And then they looked at another example, an opposite way where the same company had transported her from from a mental hospital to something, and they saw it in the past, or the same thing. They're like, at a different hospital, they're like, you're right. Like, she never has to pay for them. Like, she never has in all these years, ever. It's not even common sense she would have to pay. Lo and behold, all it was a mistake on Medicare's part, because Medicare can make mistakes, okay? But my mom will just pay shit, especially if someone calls her up and says you need to, all right? So there's a shitload I do for my mom that ignorant motherfuckers in her life are completely goddamn unaware, okay? Just as an aside. And this cream, she loves it, and she doesn't, it's not any fucking different than the kind of doctor sells her for 5 times the price that I get it on Amazon. Alright? It's Urethea cream. It's urea 40%, and it's pure source, and it's just as good. It has actually more urea than the one that the doctor sells. He sells it. Okay? He doesn't write a prescription for it. He sells it. What else is in here? This is a set. Do not separate. Okay. Hopefully it's a set of more of those mugs because we've broken them all almost. And it's down to just 2. And then it's like one's for you, Mom, one's for me. And that doesn't often work out so well. Okay. And so I bought new ones. Oh, 2 more CDs thrown in here. And they're at the bottom. Yeah, it's not common sense for a packer to throw CDs into this big box that gets all tossed around and put upside down and everything else. I don't know what they're thinking. It's just like Vitacost. You need to make sure CDs are secure and not moving around and being tossed all around. So hopefully they're all right. If they're not, they're all going back. I'll open them up and make sure they're all right. And then we got these. These on Amazon. Are Safe Rest Premium Mattress Protectors. Protects against fluids, protects against dust mites, protects against bacteria. They had 35,000 views. 35,000. And just about 5 stars. So you know that's a good product. And then I got the Pure Source Urea 40% Cream, relaxing and hydrating, dry skin, soothes and softens, thickens cracked skin. Tea tree oil, aloe vera, chamomile, okay? Good shit. And again, it's like 5 times less the price than she pays for them in her doctor's office. And was doing that for years. And it was getting, kind of costly. And it comes in a tube that she won't like slice open and get all the rest out of. But this is a container that you open it up, so you can get every last bit out, which is good because it saves my mother money. See. So nobody's gonna be doing this shit for her when I'm gone. We got those lanterns. They look exactly like the ones that the neighbors lent us during the last power outage a few weeks ago. And they're fucking awesome. There are 3 of these creams. We got the mattress protectors. 1 full and 1 queen. See, nothing got wet, okay? I should still complain, just that, but they don't, what's the use? What's the fucking use? I know the guy got talked to, and so he did the opposite. Last time he left the top of the bag open, and it all blew open and got soaked. But this time, he didn't tuck it under in the bottom, so the whole bottom got soaked. You understand? But it didn't get soaked, probably because it just came. I don't know what time it came. I'll have to check online, let you guys know. But, okay, I'm just not even going to bother. I get tired of complaining, too. I just get tired of it. I got to see if these glass mugs... These glass mugs arrived all in one piece. They came in a separate box inside that box, okay? But they're fragile, And this gets tossed around, and if these arrive broken, they're going back, period. They're damaged, so they have to do it on their dime, right? These are actually separate orders that I think might come in the one big box. I think they did. I'd have to check my very original orders. They took all the separate orders, I think, and put them in the one big box. The reason I say that is I think there was one point that I ordered, maybe I just wanted to try it. I don't know. This organic blend of oil. I thought I got that just because my mom wanted another CD or something and I needed to spend the $25. I'm not sure. Well, maybe I just wanted to try this oil, but probably what it was. I don't know. Anyhow, everything's fine. I'm not going to bother complaining to the post office because I just complained to the post office. And then he's going to think I did what she said. I put it the bag part, open part down on the bottom. Yeah, but you did it quickly and didn't tuck it under. And the box still got soaked on the bottom. And if it had been out there for hours, it would have got really, really soaked. You know, I'm just tired of complaining. Now I have to open up all these CDs and make sure they didn't get cracked. Because they got put in the box and it got tossed around and put upside down and they weren't secure, you know. And then I'm going back to bed. Please don't ask me about the videos I put on private. They're on private for now. Okay, what is this? Oh, Ed Sheeran's Divide, my mom wanted. All these CDs are very cheap on Amazon, at least. Cut out this open. I'm gonna have to show my mom how to open this because I can't even get it fucking open. I don't even know which end it's supposed to open. I don't do CDs. They're to me, they're just... Oh, it won't open because it's plastic. It's taped shut. That's what it is. It's this.